Hey there, if you're wondering where to live in the Phoenix metro area, stay tuned. We're going to talk all about it. Hey there, my name is Josh.
And I'm Barbara.
And welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time, welcome. We're here to talk about everything there is to know about living, breathing, dining, eating, sleeping, everything you want to know or ever thought you might want to know about living in the Phoenix metro area.
Yeah, we get so many calls from people that are thinking of moving to the Phoenix metro area, and honestly, we just love it. We love helping people. We love sharing the information. We've both lived here for a long time, so we know a lot about the area, and we want to be able to share that with you. So, you know what? Reach out to us. Give us a call. Send us an email. Send us a text. DM. We don't care. Any way you want to reach out to us, we're here for you. And we can share everything we know about living in the Phoenix metro area.
Absolutely. So, welcome. We're here today to talk all about Phoenix metro area and where to live.
Yeah.
So, a little bit of the history of the Phoenix metro area is we are called the Valley of the Sun. That's because we are in a valley surrounded by mountains on every single side. We have the McDowells, the Superstitions. Basically, all around us are mountains on every single side of the valley. We are currently the 5th largest city in the U.S., just beat out Philadelphia a few years back with a population of a bit over 5 million. We also are one of the sunniest cities in the country and actually one of the sunniest cities in the world. We get over 300 days of sunlight per year.
Yep, so if you like sunshine, you would love living in the Phoenix metro area.
Absolutely. And a little general knowledge for you is down in South Arizona, and Yuma is actually usually ranked as number 1 or the number 2 sunniest cities in the world. So again, if you like the sun and you don't like that rain, here's a perfect spot for you. And then also in the Valley of the Sun here in Phoenix, we are a very spread out city. We don't necessarily have as many high rises as other cities such as LA, Chicago, New York, Miami. One of the reasons for that is we just have so much area here. We actually have over 14,000 square miles encompasses the Phoenix metro area. And it can easily take you over an hour, even without traffic, to get from one side to the other, because we're talking probably at least 40 miles plus from one side to the other, or even more if you're going from the north to the south.
So let's start our tour at the Sky Harbor Airport, the main airport in Phoenix. That's where a lot of people fly into and they start their search for homes. From the Phoenix airport, the Sky Harbor Airport, the first community that we're going to look at is Tempe. Now Tempe is just to the east of the airport. Actually, you can kind of see planes flying overhead into the airport every day. Tempe is home to ASU, Arizona State University. So it typically has been known as a college town, although it has been in transition the last several years. A lot of big corporations have moved into the Tempe Town Lake area.
There are a lot of businesses who have moved in and are currently in the Tempe Town Lake area, which is on the north side of Tempe, right along the Tempe Town Lake, which is a dammed up part of the Salt River, actually.
When did the Tempe Town Lake start?
I am not sure, actually. I believe it started in the late 90s. So you have the Tempe Town Lake, which is right on the north side of Tempe, which is the Salt River that was dammed up. So you actually had a nice little waterfront area there.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to do at Tempe Town Lake. They've really gone above and beyond and made it a really excellent recreational area. So there's parks on either side of it. Mm-hmm. There's hiking paths or biking paths.
Walking paths.
Walking paths. On the lake itself, you can rent kayaks. You can rent paddle boards.
ASU does their rowing team there, as well as their sailing team right there as well. And the Tempe Town Lake actually was dammed up in the late 90s, I believe it was, when they dammed up part of the Salt River there and left it up, which again is just a great little community section there. But that's also where most of the businesses have moved in. I remember when I went to ASU years back, there wasn't too much in terms of businesses. It was mostly just the college town. Although now, going back and looking at it, there's so many high rises for these different businesses and hotels that have come in. Massive sky rises, at least massive for Arizona standards, about 20 floors or so. Right in there as well. State Farm is one of their headquarters right there, as well as other large businesses as well. So it's really becoming a booming town for job growth and general people growth as well, because a lot of people moving down are getting relocated there for these large corporations.
Yes, so Typical housing in Tempe, again, it's kind of a landlocked area, so there's not a lot of new growth. So the homes tend to be a little bit older, probably built in the 60s and the 70s.
Yep.
Single level homes, maybe 3 bedrooms with 1.5 baths. Most of them just have a carport, although some of the newer sections of Tempe, did have, garages and a little bit bigger homes. Lately, though, there's been a lot of infill projects that have been going on. So companies have come in and raised the land and built new big high-rise apartments and condos. So there's a lot of new urban living in the Tempe area.
Absolutely, yeah. Especially right around ASU, a lot of new urban living. And then even over more in the northeast of Tempe, they're building quite a few new condo complexes and houses. An area that used to just be nothing just along the freeway, but now building up quite a bit. Next, let's head over to Chandler. Now, Chandler has a lot of tech companies in there as well. That's where Intel's facilities is and a lot of other high-tech companies as well. And Chandler's actually now known as the Silicon Valley, the Silicon Desert now. Just kind of our version of the Silicon Valley with how many new tech companies are moving.
I worked in Chandler actually about 25 years ago. And Intel was the big facility now, but now they've built another huge fab. There's a lot of other high-tech companies. So Chandler tends to, because of the high-tech, they tend to attract a lot of engineers and high-tech professionals that are working at these facilities. So the older parts of Chandler have, the smaller homes, maybe a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, maybe 1,800 square feet, but a lot of new building and new communities, subdivisions are being built in Chandler because it's been so attractive to the high-tech population. So the homes tend to be a lot larger, maybe 2,500 to 3,500 square feet, 2 stories, 3-car garage, a lot of amenities in these communities.
Yep, exactly. Then just for spatial awareness, Chandler is over on quite a bit the far east, kind of southeast valley of the Phoenix metro area. Now there still is lots of shopping, and they have the mall over there as well.
So the second largest shopping center in the Phoenix metro area is the Chandler Fashion Square. And it was kind of designed after the one that's up in Scottsdale. A lot of growth in and around that area.
Absolutely. Just to the east of Chandler is Gilbert. Now, Gilbert is a little bit more bedroom community than Chandler as well, but there's a couple of large employers down there as well, such as Banner Health and GoDaddy are 2 of the largest ones down in Gilbert.
Yep, and Gilbert the homes there tend to be a little bit newer than Chandler. Chandler was there earlier, so again, a lot of communities, subdivisions that have been built up, more kind of master plan type communities in Gilbert. So they're going to have community centers and parks and recreation. So again, this Gilbert tends to attract a lot of families that are looking to move into the community. Recreation is huge. So they've got the basketball courts, they've got the soccer fields, they've got, tennis courts and a lot of swimming facilities in this area.
Absolutely. And also down in Gilbert, some of the master plan communities also have waterfront properties as well.
Yep, there are a couple of communities in the Gilbert area that do have the lakes. But again, the lakes in Arizona, they are waterfront, but you can only use electric motors on them.
Exactly. At least the lakes in the Phoenix metro area themselves. The ones on the outskirts, such as Saguaro, or the ones along the Salt River, or up by Lake Havasu, Lake Pleasant, you can use whatever boats you want on those.
There is one water ski lake in the Gilbert area, so if that kind of lifestyle, living on the waterfront, is something that you're interested in, give us a call, send us a message. We're more than happy to help direct you to the communities that have waterfront living in the metro area.
Absolutely. Now, southeast of Gilbert is the Queen Creek and Santan areas. Now, these areas are the fastest growing areas in the metro area. And
in the southeast part of the metro area.
In the southeast part of the metro area.
Yeah.
And every time I drive by, I believe both of us drive by, I'm always amazed about how much new growth and construction is there. It seems like even if I go there a month later, there's a bunch of new stuff popping up everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of new communities, and most of it is built around the Queen Creek Mall. So there's a big area, kind of like just as you get into Queen Creek, and all the different communities are sort of built around that mall. So within about 15-20 minutes, you're going to have tons of new development. So if a newer home or new home is something that you're interested in, this might be an area that you want to look at. It is a little bit further out, so prices tend to be a little bit lower than in some of the other communities that are closer to the airport. But the Mesa Gateway Airport is just to the north of the Queen Creek area, and they have a lot of regional air lines that fly in and out of that airport.
Exactly. They even have some major ones coming through now. American Airlines now goes through, and they're starting to service a lot more larger cities as well. Whereas before they were mostly regional. They're really setting themselves up now to be another major airport to help alleviate some of the traffic through Sky Harbor.
Next up on the list is Mesa. Now, with a population of a little over 500,000, Mesa is a huge subdivision of the metro area. I mean, most major cities in a lot of states, 500,000 would be a very, very big city. And Mesa's very, very spread out. The older part of the city is closer to the airport in downtown Phoenix. So in the far east part of Mesa is a newer community called Eastmark. Right now there's about 3,500 homes, but it's actually zoned for up to 15,000 homes. And Eastmark is, again, another master plan community, so it's built around the schools, the parks, a lot of recreation. It's still being built out. There's a lot of new sections of Eastmark that are going in. So if a newer home in the Mesa area is something that you're interested in, that would be an area that we might recommend.
Absolutely. And being in Mesa, you are right there by the Mesa Gateway Airport.
Yep.
Which, if you like, as we mentioned before, you can get a flight over to Phoenix or a lot of the other major airports around the Southwest area. They're also offering a lot more regional and international flights now too. Another great thing about Mesa being there is you're quite close to a lot of hiking trails. There are numerous golf courses all throughout as well. And then kind of everything ranging from large colonial style housing to small single family homes, condos, apartments, and kind of everything in between.
Yeah, there's a lot of the Mesa used to be old
horse property.
Horse property and citrus ranches or citrus farms.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the citrus farms have been bought out, and new subdivisions have been put in, and very, very nice large homes in sections of Mesa.
And also down in Mesa, you still have that very large citrus farm that's still there right now. I believe you can go through and get some tours through it or walk through as well.
Yep.
Now, north of Mesa is Scottsdale. Now, a lot of people think about Scottsdale first when they think about the Phoenix metro area as one of the main other areas here, which Scottsdale is well known as for their golf courses, their nightlife, community, their shopping, walking trails, and everything. It's kind of the quintessential thing most people think when they are imagining the Phoenix area and the Southwest in general. Now, it is known as the most livable city as well.
That's true. And then I also just heard that Scottsdale is a top destination for bachelorette parties.
Yes, absolutely, especially right around the Old Town Scottsdale area. Scottsdale has numerous resorts all around, which is great for bachelorette parties, bachelor parties. Lots of weddings around too, which take advantage of the scenic views around Camelback Mountain and the other areas.
Yeah, but that's for our tourists. But a lot of people love living in Scottsdale because there are so many things to do in Scottsdale. I mean, you've got tennis, and you've got golf, and you've got biking trails, and you've got hiking trails, and just if you're into outdoor activities, Scottsdale is the place for a lot of people like to go.
Plus location, very central, just on the kind of east side of the Phoenix area, but still very close to downtown Phoenix, the airports, and kind of everywhere you're trying to go around the city. Scottsdale's kind of the heart of the area.
All right, our next little community is Fountain Hills, which is just to the east of Scottsdale. And it's furthermost northeast community in the metro area. Now, Fountain Hills is another one of these little bedroom communities. Not a whole lot of employment in Fountain Hills. So people that tend to navigate towards Fountain Hills, a lot of winter visitors go out there. Some families, but it does tend to attract a lot of winter visitors because it is a nice, quiet little town. Still plenty to do there. They've got the Fountain Park with the nice little, what is it, about 1.8 miles around the park. You can walk around. There's a lot of hiking trails. I see lots of people riding their bikes out there. So it's great for all those types of activities.
Still schools around there as well for families and everything, just a quieter area. Now, a little history for you. The fountain at Fountain Hills, which is what it's named after, one point was one of the tallest man-made fountains in the country.
Yeah, that's true.
I believe right now when they have all 4 pumps, it gets over 400 feet tall.
And they dye it green on St. Patrick's Day, which is pretty fun to
They
watch.
do, absolutely. And then during 4th of July, they'll have the fireworks all over the fountain area. And it's just a great little park to go to. Now, heading over to the West Valley, anything west of the 17 is considered the West Valley. Now, Glendale is the largest city over in the West Valley, followed closely by Peoria. Now, one of the shiny parts of Glendale is that's where the new Phoenix Cardinals Stadium is, as well as where the Coyotes play. Have a couple casinos over there, as well as the Peoria Sports Complex, where a bunch of teams do spring training and everything else like that. So it's a great spot to go over and just explore the area, see the sports and everything else.
So in the past, Glendale hasn't been known to be one of the safer cities in the metro area. But a lot of that is changing. You know, you mentioned the Cardinals Stadium, and the area right around it is called Westgate. And with all the new developments, their reputation has changed a lot. So there's a lot of new construction, new subdivisions that are being built up, and a lot of different new activities that are available in the Glendale area.
Okay, and moving north of Glendale and Peoria, we get up to Surprise area in the Northwest Valley.
And in the Surprise and Peoria area, both of them are home to a couple of our spring training facilities. So again, these are areas that have a lot of newer homes and a lot of newer subdivisions, but because they're out just a little bit more from the city or from downtown Phoenix, price of the homes is a lot less, and so they do tend to attract younger families that are looking to move into a nicer, newer home.
Exactly, and then up in that area as well, you do have the medical school as well as some waterfront properties over there. Great area as well. Again, if you're thinking about any of these other areas or have any specific likes or wants or needs, again, just reach out to us. More than happy to help and really help you narrow in exactly the areas that you would best fit for moving to. Now, moving a little bit further north and west, we get up to Sun City.
Now, the Sun Cities are active adult communities. The first one that was built was regular Sun City. And I think that one started in the 50s as one of the first active adult communities in the country. And then they added Sun City West and Sun City Grand and Sun City Festival. And there's several other 55 plus communities or active adult communities. Now these communities have everything. Most of them have at least one, if not a couple of golf courses. They have huge community centers with every kind of activity. They have book clubs, you can do building, they have mahjong, they have, like I said, every different kind of club that you can think of. There's swimming pools, they have pickleball courts, they have tennis courts, they have jogging tracks. So if active adult community is something that you're looking for, we're more than happy to share all the information on all those different active adult communities that are available. Most of them are in the northwest part of the valley, but there's a few in some of the other communities as well.
Now, moving a little further south, we get over to Buckeye. Now, Buckeye is tucked right against the White Tank Mountains and is one of the fastest growing communities in the entire United States right now. And this is also the furthest west community in the Phoenix metro area. So if you're wanting a spot that gives you a quick head start going over to California to get to those beaches, Buckeye would definitely be the place to start.
Yeah, one of my favorite communities in the Buckeye area is called Verado. Now, Verado started as a 55 plus community with a golf course, but then there was a lot of other people that really enjoyed it. They liked the outdoor activities because of the White Tank Mountains. So it's grown, and it's like park-like setting. So when you're in the middle of Verado, you would think you're in some Midwestern town with all the green grass and the green trees. So it's a very outdoor friendly community. Like you said, fast growing. So if this is something that would be of interest to you, I would love to share more information on the Verrado area. All right, now heading back towards the airport, the downtown Phoenix airport. The next community is Litchfield Park. Now, in the past, Litchfield has been very attractive for a lot of retirees.
Now, it is home to the Luke Air Force Base, so nowadays you have a lot of younger people in there from the military going in, vibrant community and some nightlife going on where they'll go out to the bars and just have a lot of fun. So great little community there that really services our Air Force as well.
Yeah, and Litchfield is actually home to one of the oldest resorts in the Phoenix metro area, and that's the Wigwam. All right, as we're heading back towards the airport now, the next communities are Goodyear, Avondale, and Tolleson. Now, both of these communities kind of hug the I-10 freeway. There's a lot of newer subdivisions that have been built on both sides of the freeway. So again, like most areas here in Phoenix, the new subdivisions, a lot of them have the community centers and things like that. Again, because the communities are a little bit further out, the cost of the housing tends to be a little bit less. So they're good, and they seem to be attracting a lot of younger families that are looking for a nicer, newer home that they can.
Absolutely. And another plus of this area is it's quite close to the turn down if you want to go down to the south by Yuma or down to Mexico as well.
Oh, that's true.
Back at the Sky Harbor Airport, we are in Phoenix proper. Now, up in North Phoenix, we have the Desert Ridge area, which wonderful shop at the Desert Ridge Marketplace. Right next to it is High Street, which is an up-and-coming shopping area with a lot of bars, restaurants, cafes, just a great spot to go walk down it and back, as well as around the Desert Ridge area. And then right south of Desert Ridge, we also have the Mayo Clinic facility, which is a massive Mayo facility down there that they're continually expanding. Just finished an expansion a couple of years ago, and they're already starting another massive expansion to over double the size of it. And as you're driving by on the 101, when you see the Mayo Clinic, it almost looks like a massive resort with how impressive it is. Walk in, they have 7-story tall vaulted ceilings with live plants. It is an incredible facility. Also, right in this area, you have the JW Marriott, which has a nice lazy river, a wonderful bar and cafe there, as well as a restaurant. Just a great location to come to and just relax or even do a staycation.
Yeah, and you know, this is another area that we keep saying that a lot of families seem to be attracted to. The community had started, I want to say, in about the mid-90s. And it's still being built out today. So there's started at kind of the core, and now they sort of are building out. So there's some apartments, there's several condo complexes, some older, some brand new. There's some luxury condos that are being built that overlook the golf courses. There's a lot of homes, a lot of kind of the average home, I would say, is about 2,000 square feet, all the way up to, they have some 5,000 and 6,000 square foot luxury homes in the community. There's some parts of Desert Ridge that are gated communities, and others that are not. So it has a little bit of everything, you know, for people. If you're still looking for new construction, you're gonna find that in that area. What a lot of people like is it's really centrally located. It's right off the 51 and the 101 freeways. So it's less than 30 minutes to the airport. You can get to the west part of the valley pretty quickly. You can get into downtown Scottsdale in about 30 minutes. So it's a great area, again, for families. You know, if you want to be close to the Mayo Clinic, it's there as well.
So again, if this sounds like something you are interested in, just reach out to us. More than happy to really help you find that exact community that'll fit you best.
All right, at the far other end of Phoenix is a community called Awatuki. And Awatuki is on the south side of South Mountain. It's kind of built up against the mountain. So there's some great homes in here that have elevated lots and elevated views. So you can have amazing views of the mountains. You're going to have sunset views. There's golf courses in Awatuki. A lot of people call it Tuki if they're in the area. So the new 202 freeway loop goes right through there, so it makes it really easy to get into downtown Phoenix. If you want to go out towards the west and head towards California, you don't have to go through downtown to get there. So again, a lot of the executives from some of the, because it's also close to Chandler, a lot of the executives from some of the high tech companies live in Awatuki. A lot of executives that work in downtown Phoenix also live in Awatuki. So it tends to create or attract those types of homeowners. Moving a little bit further north into Phoenix, right on the border of Scottsdale, is a community called Arcadia. Arcadia is on the south side of Camelback Mountain, and it is a very desirable area. A lot of the homes are built on bigger lots. They might be older homes, but a lot of them, again, this area is in transition. A lot of the homes have been rebuilt. The lots tend to be a lot larger. Because of its proximity to both downtown Phoenix and downtown Scottsdale, Arcadia is an area that's very attractive. So there are also a lot of little shops and restaurants through the Arcadia area. So again, there's certain areas that have really good walk scores. If you're looking to go out for a morning cup of coffee and just want to walk to the shop, there's that availability in the Arcadia area as well.
Then heading a little further towards downtown, we get into the Biltmore area. Now this is home to the world famous Biltmore Resort, which also the world famous Wrigley Mansion is a wonderful restaurant right there at the Biltmore Resort. Also includes 2 18-hole golf courses there. Now in the Biltmore area, there's also the Biltmore business area as well, which is home to many high-rise and professional office buildings, mainly home to our attorneys in the valley. We find that the Biltmore area is usually where most of the attorneys in the Phoenix metro area set up shop and have most of their offices.
Yeah, a lot of professional services located in the Biltmore area.
And then just in that area as well is plentiful shopping, dining, nightlife, bars and everything like that all around. So it's a wonderful area that encompasses everything from nice homes, resorts, dining, shopping, and kind of everything in between, right close, just north of downtown Phoenix.
Yeah, so if you're looking for another urban living type of situation, the Biltmore area would be great. There's a lot of high-rise condos and apartments. There's also a lot of very luxury estates, large luxury homes on huge properties, very green. Typically they're going to be a little bit older homes, but a lot of them have been very nicely updated in the last several years.
Absolutely.
Well, last up on our list is downtown Phoenix and the Central Corridor area. Now, both of these areas tend to have a lot of, you're going to have between 7th Street and 7th Avenues, we call those the avenues, a lot of older homes, but a very desirable area for people that are either working the Central Avenue corridor, a lot of high-rise professional services in those areas. And then downtown Phoenix has really exploded in growth in the last several years. The ASU
the medical school
campus is down there. The law school is downtown Phoenix. So because of the growth of the ASU facility in downtown Phoenix, it's spawned a lot of growth in the high rises. So a lot of high rise condos and apartments, a lot of new construction. So again, if you're looking for that urban lifestyle, that would be a great place for you. Typically, the properties are located within walking distance of the light rail system, so you can easily get down into Tempe. You can get a little bit further north into Phoenix. So a lot of nightlife. There's a lot of new restaurants and shopping centers and things like that in the downtown Phoenix area.
You have the stadium where the Arizona Suns play, as well as the Arizona Diamondbacks are right there in downtown as well. Plentiful nightlife, public transportation at the light rail there as well.
Yeah, I mean, Phoenix isn't known for our public transportation, but the downtown Phoenix area is very good for public transportation.
And lots of good walking and everything around there. And the only difficult part being right in downtown, kind of like any downtown area of any large city, is parking. Although there are numerous underground parking complexes, so you can still park there and get around and everything. Just be aware that you might not be able to park right outside of your destination every time.
That's right.
So that was a lot to cover, and there's so much more we could go over all these different areas. We would just kind of go into overviews of them, but if we wanted to get into the nitty-gritty detail, we'd be here all day for a couple days with you guys trying to go over every tiny minute thing about all of them. But you know, we'd love to share everything about these communities with you. And again, if any of these sound like the right area for you, or if you need any help or any questions about which area would be perfect for your style of living, please reach out to us.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're here to help you find that perfect spot. So again, we did a little bit of overview, but reach out to us. We would love to share more information, find out exactly what you're looking for, and then we can help guide you to which of these communities would be best for you and your family.
Well, thanks for joining us today. You know, if you liked that video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification to get notified of all our future content. We're putting videos out every single week. So if you want to learn more about the Phoenix metro area, here's the spot for you. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.